Dear students, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am Manzur Ahmad Ganai, lecturer in history. Our today's question for 11th class students of history subject is: what were the causes behind the geographical discoveries in the 15th century AD? Dear students, we know that from the 14th century or 15th century onwards, a number of developments and changes took place in the European world. An important development which took place was that a number of geographical discoveries started. Geographical discoveries means discovering various new lands and new routes to different parts of the world through oceans. Dear students, in this question we have to explain as what were the reasons that Europeans began to make different geographical discoveries, that is discovering various lands and routes to different parts of the world. So what were the reasons behind these discoveries made by the Europeans? The number one reason we can say, it is believed that the circulation of travel literature and books on cosmology, means about the universe, and on geography, on interesting places of the world, on astronomy and other such related things of the world and the earth. A number of books on these topics were published, like Ptolemy's geography, like Marco Polo's travels, like Imago Mundi of Cardinal Ailey, etc. And all these books, the different important places of world were mentioned, different interesting places of world were mentioned. In these books, geography, astronomy and other related events and aspects, topics related to the world were discussed. And when these books were published and circulated in the in Europe, the different people, after going through these books, got curious and wanted to know about different places which were mentioned in these books, which are discussed and described in these books. And thus the study of the books, study of the travel literature, study of these books, circulation study of these books prompted different sailors, different European countries to send voyages to the places which were discussed, which were mentioned in the books of Marco Polo, in the books of Ptolemy, that is his geography, in Imago Mundi of Cardinal Ailey. So we need to understand the books which the Europeans studied. This prompted them or developed an interest in the Europeans to know about the lands which were discussed, which were talked about in these books. So the first point which prompted Europeans to make geographical discoveries were this travel literature and the books in which all these things were, in which different places of the world were discussed, and this prompted the Europeans to take voyages to these different places which are mentioned in these books. Number one. Number two, it is believed that the economic prosperity of Iberian Peninsula, that is Spain and Portugal, enabled these two countries to explore new lands. We have also discussed in earlier lectures as well that the earliest countries which went for geographical discoveries, which went for explorations and voyages across Atlantic Ocean, were Spain and Portugal. The reason was that they had enormous wealth, and they were able to bear huge expenses which were spent on the voyage, were required for such voyages. So the huge wealth enabled Spain and Portugal to send voyages across Atlantic Ocean and discover new lands as well. Number three, we understand that the Europeans had greed to gain more and more wealth, and this greed to gain more and more wealth made them to explore new lands, discover new lands, and where they could get wealth, where they could do trade, where they could do other activities and make their countries richer and richer. Another important thing, the navigational inventions like the compass, world map, telescope and other such things made it easier for sailors to sail to unknown places and made exploration easy. Discovery of different places was easy made by all these instruments and electronic instruments. We also understand the enthusiasm of Christian missionaries to spread Christianity in distant lands was also a great driving force, was also a great motivation behind the voyage and behind the secret, behind the reason as to why people wanted to explore different lands. The Christian missionaries, the Europeans, wanted to explore new lands and spread this message of Christianity as soon as possible in these new lands. Thank you.